Welcome to day 17 here. 24 days of building more muscle with calisthenics, 2 tips in every video. And today's video is about helping you overcome 2 of the biggest limitations that will always hold you back. And the first of these limitations is pain. Pain, I know a lot of times out there in social media world, it's like this kills your gains and this fruit kills your gains and all that nonsense and stuff. But this case, it's actually true. Nothing will basically inhibit your ability to build muscle or make you lose muscle more than pain, particularly in your joints. And there's a couple of things we need to know about this. Number one is a lot of times when we're doing an exercise and we feel a pain in the joint, let's say you're doing lunges and you're like, oh, it's killing my knees and stuff. A lot of times it's not the exercise that's causing the problem. It's exposing a problem that needs to be addressed. So if you say, okay, lunges are really hurting my knees, just don't do lunges, that's going to fix the problem, you may be able to kind of sweep the problem under the rug for a little bit. But the issue of whatever's causing it, weak hamstrings, poor glute activation, poor alignment, whatever, is going to persist and probably be getting worse. And then you can no longer do squats and then no longer leg press. And you're getting this really closed off, narrowing, ever shrinking sphere of what you can do, and that's always going to be limiting you. So the best way to deal with this is one is just don't accept pain. Whenever we have pain, we want to take it as a lesson. Like, what is this trying to teach me? What am I doing wrong? And if there's ever a second guess of like, oh, I know what's wrong, but if you're not sure, get it checked out by a professional in person if possible. The internet's a horrible place to figure this out. Like, why do my shoulders hurt while I'm doing push-ups? Good luck with that. You're never really going to get a straight answer. You're just going to be bouncing around with all sorts of things all day long on Google. Instead, if you can get someone with eyes on you and be like, oh, you're hunching forward while you're doing your push-ups, or your back isn't engaging, or sometimes it's something you don't even think about, like your shoulder issue during push-ups could be due to your hips or something. But if you can get it diagnosed and get a direct answer on what's going on and fix it as quickly as possible, because nothing's going to hold you back better than pain, and nothing's going to accelerate your potential like completely getting rid of the pain once and for all. And the second thing that often holds a lot of people back is focusing their efforts too much in one aspect of the holistic approach to health and fitness, particularly with building muscle. So let's break it down a little bit in a simpler term. We've got our exercise and our physical training, we've got our diet and nutrition, and then we also have other lifestyle factors like sleep and recovery and stress relief and things like that. Now, a lot of times what ends up happening, especially for people in the first several years of their training, is they'll get way too focused in one area. So they'll, for example, focus on diet. I used to work with a guy and it was like every time I saw him, he's like, okay, so here's the strategy. I'm going to go with whey protein in the morning and then a whey protein casein mix in the afternoon and then a casein protein in the evening. And then the next day he'd come in and is like, okay, now I've really got it dialed in. It's going to be a 2 to 3 protein blend with a carb ratio after my workouts. He was always dialing in his diet to the umpteenth degree. And this is fine. Of course, he should focus on diet to some degree. But then I would see him Monday morning and be like, how was your weekend? I was like, oh, dude, I partied my ass off all weekend. I hardly got any sleep and I skipped 3 workouts and all this stuff. It's like, it doesn't matter how much you're focused in one area. If you're neglecting the other areas, it's still really going to hold you back. And a lot of times, the more you focus and dial in an area, the more of a diminishing rate of return you have. Because we often get hyper-focused in that area because we do some focus on it, and it does lead to some improvement. Like, oh, I started focusing on more on programming or on my lifestyle factors and meditation and stuff, and it made a big difference at first. But eventually you get to this point where you're really majoring in minor details that really aren't that important. And because your attention is so focused on that one area, you're not focusing on the big things with the lifestyle or the diet or the nutrition. So if you're really struggling and you're thinking, I just can't get this workout program dialed in, maybe I should do 3 sets of 10. No. 4 sets of 6, and as if it's really going to matter, right? Focus a little bit more on what is the thing that you're neglecting. What is the thing that you're like, okay, I've got to get the perfect workout program? Someone's like, you sleep like crack. Yeah, sleep, whatever. Okay, that's not really that important. The thing that you're neglecting is probably the thing that's going to make the biggest difference. And putting too much attention into dialing in or optimizing that one thing is not so much a waste of time, but not a worthwhile use of your time and attention at that point. So address and take care of any pain that you have in your body, especially if it's been chronic and going on for a while, and pay attention to some of the things that maybe you're not putting enough attention towards, and that's probably going to start moving the needle a lot faster than optimizing any one thing. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. The likes, the shares, and everything are greatly appreciated, and more videos here. Be fit, live free.